All right. We are back with, I guess we're still calling this Hobo Talks. But I gotta tell you guys something I don't like to admit. I made some mistakes last week. Made some mistake on these stocks. Well, I made one bad mistake, one good mistake. The bad mistake kind of turned into a good mistake, but I'll get to that now. So, with the portfolio, one thing you might notice right here, SoFi have 400 shares. Um, I'm gonna probably in cut it right here if I can find it. Things happened since the last video, which I believe was about a week and a half ago. I went on vacation, some stuff like that. But as you can see, the count's still in the 14Ks, inching its way up to 15K, but not quite there yet. You may notice here this yellow tone right here. So if you remember from the last video, I believe it was in the last video, I bought SoFi, I bought 200 shares. I believe they were in the eights. Let me see, does it still show when you click on this? No, it shows it like a new position. I bought them in the eights. I put a cover call on it for 9, thinking it was safe, and SoFi shot up. So actually, I got executed on. So made a little money, but I wasn't prepared to sell it that soon. SoFi to me was going to be a long play. And I believe it was at like 9:57 or something by the time I looked at it again a little bit later that day. So I have kind of gone in and done a new buy for SoFi. I did not do a put or anything like that to get any premium. I just wanted to get in while it was low. A little nervous that it was going to shoot back up, even though it was bouncing a little bit. All right, as you would have just seen, had some a very interesting week last week. And so for this week, I kind of had a very similar type of situation where it's like, okay, these are starting to go back up. And so I basically put in a limited buy. If you know about limited buys, basically you tell the system, do not process this until the price hits this. So you can do a market order where you just say buy it at whatever price you can as soon as you can, or limit price. Where, for example, if Apple stock happens to be at $200, but you don't want to buy it above 175, you can basically put in a buy price. And when the price actually does hit that price, then it will try to execute and buy as much of it as it can while it's still at that price. So definitely a good way to save money. I do that quite often. If something's, at $20, I want it at, I don't know, anything below $20, maybe I'll put it in for 19.95 just to get, I saved 5 cents. Like anything you can do like that. Like it's good to dollar cost average. And that's kind of one way I do it, is by just trying to get it at a little bit lower number than what I'm currently okay with buying it at. So anyway, put that in, had the 200 going, put in another cover call, or was trying to get them. And then as the price started to go up, it went above 9. It was getting closer to 10. I put in a second buy order thinking, okay, this will be fine. And I had, I want to say a cover call going for, I believe it was $10. And then it got executed on. It went above $10, got executed on, or something like that. And so I ended up like buying them back, if I'm thinking everything correctly. But what I did was, so basically once it hit 9, I got nervous, right? I was like, all right, this junk is climbing and climbing fast, especially with what happened in the previous week. So as you can see here, I basically had 2 buys. So the first buy you see that I had that went through on the 21st was for 936. So at the time that was happening, it was shooting up trying to head towards 10. And I thought to myself, like, okay, let me go ahead. See here, I basically had 2 buys. So the first buy you see that I had that went through on the 21st was for 936. So at the time that was happening, it was shooting up trying to head towards 10. And I thought to myself, like, okay, let me go ahead. Let's put something in, because I'm gonna start losing money, or it's gonna get too high, because everything that I was doing was in the eights. And as you can see, I also had another buy in for $8.95. So I forgot about it. I totally did. I was supposed to cancel it. I went ahead, just committed to, okay, I'm just going to buy this at 9.36. And of course, 6 days later, as you can see, SoFi dropped and ended up getting a second buy order. But what you also probably know by now is SoFi took off, went up to like $11. So in a way, it was a mistake. It's not something I wanted to happen, but it did work out in my benefit. Um, I am up a lot in SoFi. I'm up $478. And it's kind of like good and bad because on one hand, I could sell it um, just to kind of put my account kind of back to normal. Because at this point, I'm starting to push up a little bit higher into the margin. As far as the overall thing goes, I still have some of my cash because my put that I did on TSLY hasn't activated yet. So I still have some money to cover everything, but I'm definitely going outside of what I originally was attempting to do. I also had Medical Properties Trust got over $10 last Friday. I had a cover call for 10, and of course it ended at 10:05. So I ended up selling, um, or being forced to sell, and then I went ahead and opened up um, another buy order that was just slightly below the exceed 9.95 right here. So essentially, I just basically bought it all back. The price slightly went down, and I just went ahead and bought it back because I didn't want to miss the train. And now, as you can see, that's the one that's actually negative. All the other ones look fine per the past buys and stuff like that. So, as my account currently stands, top five are SoFi, which is interesting. Medical Properties Trust, you can see there's about 400 shares out of both of them. Tesla Yield Max, which I was thinking about going ahead and activating my put to buy the extra shares. I think I was buying another, I don't even remember now. Let's say it was like 300 shares, what I was trying to get to. That would be 400 for for all of those. Then Ashford Hospitality Trust is another one that I got some pretty decent money into. I don't really know about this one that much. I don't know if I trust it. But I see it kind of in that same limelight as Medical Properties Trust. So I'm kind of thinking they may bounce up at some point. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the fifth one is going to be Mo. Of course, it's the cigarettes. Actually down a little bit. But that's okay. On another account for it in my Roth IRA, I have finally bought my first Schwab SCHD. Only have a third of a share right now. Don't put a lot of money into my Roth, and I know it's very important to do that, but it's not something that I am currently doing. So I'm just starting out. I plan to do more. Um, I guess just more or less once I get my main account a little bit more under control. All right, let's get to the most important part of this, the whole reason people are even watching this video. Here we go right here. So, just to kind of put this into perspective, my overall goal, I don't know what my overall goal is, but what I think I kind of want to do is for my top stocks, I want to get about 400 shares of each. So that's probably going to be these three right here. We already got SoFi at 400, even though it's a little bit earlier than I wanted to. Medical Properties Trust is right there. Basically, one more round of dividends, it'll be there. And then TSLY, I think we can get that up to maybe 400 shares. And then we can start to spread out to thinking JEPQ and SCHD. Let's get over to the dividends. Drum roll. Oh wait, I gotta backtrack just slightly. So I need to tell you guys that the current account is $15,407.10. So if you have an account that's around 15K, you could look forward to got 2035. So that's what we're showing for dividends. So let's go ahead and throw that into the calculator. 2,035 divided by 12. $169 a month. So I believe we were at 166 on the last video. So we are slightly higher. Just a little, about to hit 170. I think it'd be pretty cool to get to maybe $300 as a good little goal, something to maybe do before the next year, which is almost double what we're getting right now. So definitely got some room to grow here. But let's go ahead and get to these stocks up here real quick. So the top 4 or 5 here, we got TSLY. We're getting approximately $1.06. TSLY is one that jumps around a whole bunch. So I don't put a ton of stock into saying $1. If I get like 80 cents or something like that, it's totally fine. So that's currently showing $1,409.97. Medical Properties Trust on at least as of the last dividend, we're getting 29 cents each, and I have 397 shares. So over the year, estimated $461. That one's been pretty solid. Ashford Trust, can't really count this one. As you can see, they basically stopped when COVID hit. I'm hoping that since COVID, I don't want to say it's gone, but it's kind of like not all over the news everywhere, that they may restart it at some point. That's why I got 200 shares of that. So can't really trust that one. That is counting $48 to our yearly total. So it is actually a little bit lower than that. We have Mo, which is given 94 cents per share. I have 11 shares, so nothing too crazy there. $43. And JEPQ, basically bringing up the rear here. It's given us 36 cents, a little bit more than that per share. And I have 8 shares, so it's $36. So like I said, it's a little bit less than this 2000 right here, but it's pretty close. So you can pretty consistently say we're getting 160 to $165. So if you have an account with about 15K, depending on your breakdown of stocks, which ones you get, which ones you stick to, which ones you buy the most, $15,000, you could also make at least $150 a month. All right. I think that's all I got for you on this one. Let me know below if you think once I buy my main stocks, right, I either want to go into JEPQ right here or SCHD, maybe both. Is there one you guys think I should do before the other? Should I not do one of those? Should I is one of them trash? Is one of them already had their growth? I mean, just looking at this, it's up $59 from when I bought it. But I haven't put a lot into SCHD, so that wouldn't be a fair comparison. But a lot of people really love them. Or should I just keep going with something like SoFi, Medical Properties Trust? I think that's going to at least go up to $15 at some point. Tesla, I think might burn out at some point. I'm not sure how I feel about it long term, but for now, I think it's a great money play, and it's going to help fund a lot of the other stocks that I have. At least that's my goal for that. But anyway, thanks for watching. In case you didn't know, I's a hobo.